In Venezuela's elections, the opposition is celebrating a landslide victory over the ruling Socialist Party. The opposition coalition won 99 of 167 seats in the legislature. And most of the undecided races could go their way, giving them a supermajority in the National Assembly. Stephen Gibbs is live for us in Caracas with more on the dramatic results. Hi, Stephen.
Phil, the opinion polls ahead of this election did pretty much predict what turned out, but even so, the scale of this political shift in Venezuela, I think, surprised both the opposition and the government. A landslide for Venezuela's opposition. A massive 74% turnout and a major swing against a dominant government. Venezuela has long been characterized as a politically polarized country, but these results showed that millions of former government supporters have defected to the opposition. In the early hours of Monday morning, President Maduro accepted the result.
I am certain, quite certain, that we will get through this. And through our struggle, our perseverance and our loyalty, we will find a new route to victory for a new revolutionary majority, Chavista and Bolivarian, in the years ahead.
So what effect will all this have on people's lives here? In Caracas on Monday morning, we found many opposition supporters seeming almost shell-shocked and talking of reconciliation.
We need to be united, tolerant of one another, and pick up the pieces of this country, which is shattered.
She pointed to the dire condition of the Venezuelan economy as a fundamental reason for this result.
As a minimum, they need to sort out getting food to the people. Food needs to get to the people, basic food, milk, flour, pasta, to stop these long lines, which are causing so much suffering to so many people.
This country should be the one with the best opportunities in South America. It has everything. But unfortunately, for the last 15 years, we have lived off only oil. We forgot about everything else.
And that will be the challenge for the new opposition-controlled National Assembly. Can it come up with any solutions to lift the Venezuelan economy from its precipitous recession? Or are we about to see a political battle begin between this country's parliament and its presidency? And one update, Phil, we are still waiting for the results of 22 seats, and that is important because although we know the opposition has got the majority in the parliament here, the scale of that majority is important because it will determine the extent of the power of the opposition-led parliament.
Hey, Stephen, what's the risk of a deadlock here politically?
I think, Phil, the risk is probably quite high because the two parties here, the Chavista government and the opposition, they haven't really ever properly talked to each other. And effectively, you've got two centres of power now. You've got the opposition in the parliament with a probably very substantial majority. And then you've got the president with his control of all institutions, including, for example, the army. And if they're going to fight each other, there may well be some sort of deadlock. And all of this happens with the background of what you mentioned right at the top of the show, and that's the fall in the price of oil. Venezuela depends on oil. 95% of its foreign income comes from oil, and as those barrels get cheaper and cheaper, more and more problems are mounting here.